Okay, guys, I'm so excited for 2017. I got this idea from a fellow jewel of mine who's doing a Light My Fire call as well, but I wanted to not be the only one speaking, so I invited all of our fantastic and amazing and talented jewels to be a part of this call with us. Every single jewel in this company holds a different different and unique set of talents and abilities. And that's what's so cool about this. It's not, you don't have to be a particular type of person to succeed in Plexus. And so you're going to get to hear from several different people today on their strong suits, what they feel passionate about, what they're good at. And so you guys are going to get a really awesome call with some good meat, well-rounded information to get us going in 2017. I am so excited to see all of your faces, and I cannot wait to see what's in store for 2017. So I'm going to kick us off. So Miss Lindsay Berthasell, she's an Emerald Ambassador. She is incredible with relationships. She knows how to engage. She knows how to get people fired up and motivated and passionate and having fun. She got to Emerald in 9 months, which is amazing. And so I'm so excited to kick off the call with Lindsay. Are you there?
Oh, wait, sorry. I had to unmute myself.
There you are.
That one up. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am so excited. I was trying to think of everything that I could put down in my notes to talk about relationships. I feel like relationships, that specific topic, is probably the most important thing in our businesses. If you're not aware of this, we work in a relationship-based business, right? So I have recruited so many people by just kind of telling them, you know, they'll tell me, say someone like, oh, I don't know all about health and wellness. I'm not some expert in all these things. Like, no. You are good at relationships. All you need to be good at is relationships. You need to be someone that's good at talking to people, that's good at starting conversations with random people about random topics, which is kind of my forte. I like to think, but it's so important to always be building relationships with people. You know, you should always be working on or constantly trying to build upon old friendships and old relationships. You should always be working on building new relationships with people. If you feel like you're hitting a wall, my biggest piece of advice, the easiest thing you can do is just to take your friends list. First of all, you can go through the list on Facebook, right? They have like people that you might know, someone like that. Go through and add as many people as you can possibly think of. And then also spend time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes every single day, and go through, let's say like A to F, right? And go through and comment on their most recent post. Not only will it link, most of you guys are all in the Slim Gem, so you've seen Tara's amazing Facebook tips videos, right? But so you guys know, then she talks about that, how it links your accounts when you comment on each other's posts. But take time, like 10 to 15 minutes every single day, and go through, like, say A to F one day, and then let's say G to whatever the next day, and comment on their most recent post. It'll link your accounts. Not only that, it'll build that relationship. This is something that it might take a month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, but you never know who those people are. Someone that you might least expect, they could rock the business and fast track to gold or shoot to emeralds in 5 or 6 months. So be building those relationships, because it's so important. Another big thing I will say, sometimes I feel like we get stuck in management mode and we just sit at home and we're stuck on our phones and we think that we're working by scrolling down our newsfeed. No, get out of the house. Okay, get out of the house if you're able to. If you get invited to your friend's jewelry party, go. I'm not saying by any means you should walk into someone's jewelry party and try to recruit everybody for Plexus, but what I am saying is you should go to someone's jewelry party, show support for that friend, because you never know, that friend who's hosting the jewelry party might change her mind because you're friends with her on Facebook and she starts seeing all your posts and seeing how amazing the business is, how amazing we get paid, how amazing the products are. She might then change her mind and want to do Plexus. I say jewelry party. I once went to a friend's jewelry party, and a couple weeks after that, Plexus just came up naturally. That's the best part about our business, is that Plexus comes up very, very naturally and easily. And so I once met someone at my friend's jewelry party, and weeks later she joined, and she almost fast-tracked. She hit gold, but she almost fast-tracked. And I met her one time at a random jewelry party. So you never know who you're going to meet. It's super important. If you are, a mom, you're at your kids' gymnastics, be that person that's talking to people, going out like, oh, which one is your kid? Oh, I love her leotard. Oh, which one, oh, what's her name? Oh, I love that name. Be building those friendships and add everybody on Facebook, because you can recruit them without even trying to do that. You can friend them on Facebook and they'll see all of your posts. But it's so, so, so important. I have someone who did fast track goals, and I met her one time at a random play date. And it's just crazy. And and I will say that person, it took maybe 8 or 9 months. But those are the kind of things that are so important. Comment on their things, comment. So you don't have to be cheesy and over the top about it, but comment on their stuff. Oh my gosh, I saw you guys just got back from Disney. Oh my gosh, I've been dying to go to Disney. That looks like so much fun. You can also join, those groups on Facebook. That's an easy thing you can do. You can go join like special interest groups. My mom brain is always happening, right? So I'm thinking like you can join like toddler mom groups. You can join, if you love to travel, join like world traveler groups, whatever it is, and become an active commenter on there, right? You can go on there and become someone that's actually commenting, kind of pick out people that you like that seem like kind of cool and friendly, whatever, and friend them, right? Then they're going to start seeing your posts, and you can kind of unintentionally start to kind of plant those seeds in their brain. But work really, really hard to build those relationships like crazy, because it's so important. This is a relationship-based business, and we should always be working on, building new relationships, building upon old friendships. You will run out of people on Facebook. You just will. So if you think that you're just going to slowly recruit people from your current friends list, you should always be adding new friends. I think I heard somewhere you should be recruiting or be adding, I think, like 3 to 5 friends per day on Facebook, something like that. That is a wonderful thing to do. Always be adding new people. You never know. And whoever you meet, you don't even have to give them a business card. Just add them on Facebook because then they get to see all your posts. And on top of that, then you get to see all their pictures of their kids and their travels, and you can go build those relationships and build those friendships. Anyway, I think I've kind of gone way over 5 minutes. Tara told us we were all supposed to keep it under, and everybody on my team knows that I rambled terribly. Anyway, I hope that was good. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Amy Grimmett. She is an Emerald, and I think she's going to talk about time management. I will say Amy is amazing at time management. When she first started out with Plexus, she was working full-time as a teacher, and I was a brand new ambassador, and I used to harass her all day long with text messages, and I don't know how she did it, but she would be at work as a teacher, and I would be texting her, asking her questions, and she would somehow respond to them, get home, be a mom, put her kid to bed, and work her Plexus business full-time, and now she's an Emerald. So she's amazing at this, and I know she's going to be awesome. So I'll hand it off to Amy.
Thanks, girl. Yes, so she just shared a little bit about me. I used to teach kindergarten full-time, and I have a toddler, and my husband was also working nights. So that was kind of, just an extra little thing that was an obstacle for me when I started Plexus. So time management was huge if I wanted to keep my sanity. I know there's a couple teachers on this call, so if you are a teacher, you know that it's hard to kind of get through your day like a normal job. You basically you're teaching and you're doing your thing, and you only have so many breaks throughout the day that you can kind of look at your phone, or you can think about Plexus. You're just on your mind all day about teaching. So I kind of developed a little plan that worked for me, and this would also help anybody else that is currently working. So I just kind of made a daily plan that I stuck with. So on the way to work, I would talk to my mom and get some personal in so that I could just clear my head and start the day. And then I would already have pre-planned my posts the night before. So that wasn't something that I'd have to worry about. When I was at lunch, I would post them because that was a time that I felt okay about posting. If my principal saw it, she knew I was on lunch and it was okay for me. And lunch is a great time to post because a lot of people are searching their feed at that time. So I talked on the phone with my mom every day on the way to work. And then I had a break, an off period for 45 minutes. And instead of going and catching up with my teacher friends or things like that, I would follow up with my team. I would check my messages. I would check my team page. I would see if any questions had been asked so that I could answer them. So I was just using my time wisely. Now, was this what I wanted to do every day? Absolutely not. But it made when I got home so much better because I took care of things while I was at work. So I just kind of meshed my plexus and my teaching together and just made it a whole work day. And it really, really paid off. So on the way home, I would check up on my team because the minute 3:30 hit, my team knew I was off and they were calling and texting me and, asking me questions or anything like that. So I would talk to them on their way home. And then when I got home, it was about me and my son. Giving me that time in the day instead of not really doing my job at work, maybe, walking around and talking to other teachers during my off period. Doing Plexus during that time really helped me at home because, guys, it's super important to not forget about your family. So I wanted to make sure that when I got home, I had plenty of time for Kaysen. So I did that. When I got home, it was about him, and he was in daycare at the time, so he did go to bed pretty early for me. So, I would do my nightly routine. I would do my laundry, my dinner, things like that, and then I'd tuck him in. And then, guys, my husband was already asleep. He was working nights. So those were things that I was kind of having to do alone. I didn't have the help. So again, the time management factor was huge for me. So I would have a little decompression time. And then before bed, I call it like my 30-minute power hour. I would always research what I was going to post about the next day because doing that at work is just stressful. You're not supposed to be on your phone. You've got things on your mind. If I pre-planned it, it just took that stress off. So that's what I did, 30 minutes every night before bed. And, in the midst of that, let's say that I was doing laundry and Kaysen was playing. I'm not going to say that I never did anything Plexus related. If I was in the middle of doing laundry and he was, perfectly content, I would maybe listen to an audio book for a training that we were doing or something along those lines. So I just tried to use my time wisely. And I know it sounds so cliche, but I just tried to work my Plexus business in the time I had in the nooks and crannies of my day. Also, about your posting. So one thing that I noticed that really, really helped me, if y'all don't know about this already, save your posts. If you see a post that you like from another ambassador, you can click the top right arrow and you can save it. But when I did that, I didn't just post it right away. I genuinely saved it in like a portfolio. Like that was like my mindset behind it. Because if someone just used that post, I don't want to turn around and post it because it takes away from the genuineness of it. So I would save it and then I would pull that out maybe 2 weeks later. So that really, really helped me whenever I was trying to be genuine and, not come across too salesy. So that's definitely a time management saver. There's no reason to go and create each post, especially if you're a full-time working mom or full-time working dad. Use that to help you. We're all one Plexus and, posts go around all the time. And so definitely use that to your advantage. Finally, on the weekends, I tried really, really hard not to make my weekday posting all about Plexus. I didn't want to disengage my non-Plexus people. So on the weekend, I would take like an overflow of photos of my son, and then I would just save them for later. So I kind of like pulled them out. Maybe I just had more time to take cute photos. When I'm in the midst of doing laundry and dinner and, getting my son to bed, I don't have time to just pull out and get a cute photo of him all the time. So I would try really hard to get extra photos to engage my non-Plexus audience throughout the weekend. So then I could pull that out and maybe it was just a simple bathtub photo or just something silly he did outside, but no one knows when that happened. So I could post that on a Wednesday, even though it happened on a Sunday. And then that helped me, keep my non-Plexus audience engaged. So those are just some tips that helped me get through my year of teaching with Plexus, and it kept my sanity, just keeping organized and trying to work smarter instead of harder. So I'm about to turn it on to Katie Trent. She's going to follow up about Plexus posting, and guys, she is the queen of Plexus posting. I don't even know how many posts I've stolen from her. They're so original. She's so creative and so witty and funny, and I am about to pass it on to her. Emerald Ambassador Katie Trent.
Thanks, Amy. You're super sweet. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to share with y'all about posting on Plexus because that is a huge part of this business and how you get people interested in talking to you and learning more about these awesome products. And I love posting on Facebook about Plexus. It's something that's come naturally to me, but I realize maybe it can be a bit of a stressor for other people. And so I wanted to give y'all the 3 questions that I ask myself before I ever make a post. What you have to understand is now that you are using Plexus and posting about it on Facebook, your Facebook has become your business page. It is essentially as if you had a brick and mortar store, right? And people were coming in to visit you and you wanted that experience to be something that they would remember, that felt comforting and warm, connecting to them directly. And so that's what you're trying to create on your Facebook page. And I do that through these 3 questions. The first one is, why does this post matter to my ideal Plexus teammate? So when you're about to post something, you don't just want to post anything and everything. There's tons and tons and tons of Plexus stuff out there. But you don't just want to like grab willy-nilly and just post all the time. It does come across ingenuine. Think very clearly about who you want on your team. You want someone that's open and coachable, right? You want people that are willing to take the products and listen to you, coach them through using them. And you want someone that if they're going to do the business is going to listen to your ideas and how to do it and how to get started off strong, follow through, and move up through the ranks. So those are your ideal Plexus teammates that you're looking for. Basically, think about what could their dreams be? What could their fears be? What keeps them up at night, right? Most of that is finances. A lot of times for people, they are stressed and they're worried about how they're going to make ends meet, or it's their health, or they know a health of a family member is really weighing on them at night. And so that's something that they think about over and over and over again. And if you can have posts that speak directly to them, I call them a her. I always think of my person as a her. I know there's lots of men that use Plexus too, which is great. But in my mind, I think of her. So how do I connect to her directly? It's not that I'm posting to the masses, I'm posting to her as if I was having a conversation. And so the next question I ask, am I doing the story of my post justice? And basically what that means that even if you're creating a product post or maybe you're sharing a product post, I was not strong on product knowledge when I first started. So of course, when I saw people sharing about products, I wanted to share that info too because I didn't know it all. And you can do that. But what I would do is I would go to that post and instead of just having it be the product knowledge, I would add in my own experience with it. Or maybe it's a picture of myself using that specific product so that I'm connecting my audience to me using that product there. And so instead of just kind of giving facts, I'm giving them a story. The story says, my friend Katie Trent uses this product and she loves it and this is what she's saying about it. Oh my gosh, I need to try that out because I see that this person's doing that, right? So I've created more of a story instead of just facts or information. Today on Plexus, you're going to see tons of people selling things. And that's great because the network marketing industry is the best industry in the world. But you want to set yourself apart from everybody else. And you're only going to do that if you connect to your audience through how you caption and write your posts. And they need to be more than just facts. So you can liven up any product information. And the third question I ask myself, is this post playing a small part in a bigger picture? And what that basically means is look at who you are as a person. We all have different roles that we play in life. For me, I'm a wife, I'm a stepmom, I'm a friend, I'm an employee, I am a business owner, I have a daughter, sister, I have all these different roles that I play, and that kind of encompasses who I am in life. And I don't want Plexus to take over from everything else. And so what I try to do is kind of like Amy was saying, you take pictures or you have posts from your life that you're going to keep cycling through your newsfeed. You don't want it to be strictly Plexus because that comes across as just salesy. That's all this person is wanting to talk about is Plexus. Share your family. Share, what you're doing with your kids. Share whatever trip you're going on or, maybe even if it's just one of those days where you've had a bum day. Be vulnerable and real and kind of share from your heart who you are. And that's where that connection is going to keep going. So before you make your next post tomorrow, I encourage you to ask yourself these 3 questions and see if that they fit into the bigger picture of what you're trying to create for your business. And so that's all I've got for posting for today. I'm going to pass it off to Stacy, who is our newest Emerald Ambassador. I am so excited because she's going to talk about cold messaging, which I know can be a little bit nerve-wracking for everyone, but she is the absolute best at it. She's so genuine, so great at making people feel comfortable right off the bat. I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
Oh, thanks, Kate. That was such a sweet welcome. Hi, everybody. This is so exciting to see this many people on the Zoom call. I've never done a call this large. Anyway, so cold messaging. So I know a lot of people are like just even those words, it's super scary, right? For whatever reason, cold messaging has always been really, really comfortable for me. Even though I'm a very introverted person, I feel like I'm really able to write my thoughts and feelings down on paper really well. So I started cold messaging literally from day one. Kathleen Body, right there, she was my very first cold message, and she joined my team right away. Now, she was the only one who joined right away. The other ones took some time. But the point is, cold message, you guys, it can make all the difference in your business. In my mind, there are 3 different types of cold messages. I'm going to quickly go over them with you. There are different ways to cold message. Obviously, Emily Roberts has her magic text, and then if you read Sarah Robbins, is that it? Yeah, Sarah Robbins, How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Sorry. She does the, my business is expanding in your area. Do you have any referrals? That works for her. You guys know your audience best. You know your friends best. You know what's going to resonate with them best. For my friends and family, I really felt like I needed to do some really heartfelt, genuine cold messages. Mine are a little bit longer than maybe other people's, but they have really, really worked for me. The only wrong way to do a cold message is to not do them. So just think about that for a second. That's the only wrong way. If you just throw up your hands and you're like, this is way too scary. I am so scared they're going to tell me no. I'm not doing it. That's the only way you can screw up a cold message, you guys, I promise you. And I got my best people from cold messaging. And I had to follow up many, many times with most of my cold messages. So the first kind of cold message is to the happy customer or ambassador cold message. This is someone who obviously is taking the products and loving them. They're having great results, and you want to present the business opportunity to them. All right. These are my favorite kind of cold messages because you know they love the products. All you need to do is get them excited about the opportunity that we have with Plexus. So basically with this cold message, you would say something along the lines of, hey Sarah, I'm so happy to hear that you're still loving your Plexus products. I have to tell you, you've really been on my heart lately about joining my Plexus team and starting to share the products with your friends and family. I cannot tell you how much fun this business is and how it's so perfect for busy mamas like us. You can do it all from your phone or your iPad, and we have a wonderful supportive team. We would teach you everything you need to know to be successful at this. In addition to that, we don't have to have any inventory, any cheesy parties, and there's no pressure. You can literally go at your own pace, make incredible money. Just think about it, pray about it, and let me know if you have any questions. People with your sweet personality and social circle literally make a killing in this business. So that's, one example. And then what I do is I send that, and then right after that, I send that monthly average income chart. I always send that, you guys, and I say, I'm an Emerald Ambassador right now. This is the average income chart, but as you can see, all the levels get paid wonderful money. The average time to go Emerald is 1 year. The average time to go Diamond is 2 years. Not pictured is the Plexus Lexus that you get when you go Emerald and a free trip to Hawaii. And then you also get a nicer Lexus when you go Diamond when that happens. So that's the first kind of cold message. And I know I'm reading these really fast because I want to be respectful of the time and everything, but I'm happy to post these in Slim Gems later if you guys want examples. But the second kind of cold message is to someone who likes your Plexus post, okay? Pay attention to people who are liking your Plexus post, you guys. Do not let that opportunity pass you by. And your personal posts too. I will notice sometimes that all of a sudden someone starts liking all my personal stuff. And I'm like, they have never liked any of my stuff before, but all of a sudden they're watching, and I reach out to those people too. I sure do. So if you see someone that likes your Plexus post, this is an example you could say. Hey Sarah, how are you and that gorgeous family of yours? Hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Hey, I saw you liked my Plexus post the other day. I really appreciate your support. These products have made all the difference in my life. I have more energy, I sleep better, I'm no longer on anxiety and depression medication, my allergy symptoms are gone, bloating's gone, moodiness is gone, and I've lost over 12 pounds as a side effect to getting healthy. Plexus is all about getting your gut healthy, which is important for all of us. I'd love to send you some information about the products. If you're interested, please let me know. Can't wait to chat more. And there you go. And then, of course, if it's someone that you want on your team that you know would be a rock star, you would include kind of a similar paragraph to what I just read, kind of just complimenting them and telling them why, you know, they're on your heart and you think they would be fabulous on your Plexus team. And then send that average monthly income chart as well, so they can get an idea of the earning potential with Plexus. I think it's really, really important to send that chart. That's what got Lindsay's attention. Like when she first decided to join, Brittany sent her that average income chart and she's like, okay, is this real? And it got my attention as well. So utilize that, you guys. You can send it privately. Y'all know that. Anyway, and then the last kind of cold message is going to be the I call them ice cold messages. These are like the people that are your dream teamers, or as Tara calls them, on your chicken list. They're the people that you are like scared to death to message, but you know they would freaking rock this. All right, so these are, like I said, these are the scariest, but they can definitely have the biggest payoff. And you guys literally need to go into every cold message like this thinking, if they don't join my Plexus team, whatever. I mean, you just have to set your mind up like that so you don't just freak out and like run away from the whole opportunity. Because if they don't want to do it, y'all, there's plenty of other people that do want to do this. So, you know, again, the only way to send a wrong cold message is to just be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm too terrified of the rejection. Don't think of it as you're bugging someone. Think of it as you are presenting this person with the opportunity of a lifetime. That's what we have with this company, you guys. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. So I'm not going to read this whole cold message because it's super long, but let me just break it down for you really quickly. First paragraph, you make that connection. Hi, how are you? How's your gorgeous family? So you want to express a genuine hello, express a genuine compliment. And I'm really big on using like capital letters and like exclamation marks to kind of convey your enthusiasm and stuff when you're talking about Plexus. In the second paragraph, you're going to kind of explain to them a little bit about Plexus and what it does, how it's all about gut health and blood sugar regulation, reduces inflammation, chronic pain, all that stuff. And then you're going to share your personal testimony with Plexus. Like, this is what I was struggling with before. This is what my results have been and how Plexus has changed my life. You want to really be careful to like hit the key points and don't make it too like long-winded. Don't go into all this detail. Just, you know, hit the bullet points of helping with sleep, energy, you know, this, that, and the other. And then you want to explain how Plexus was able to do that and how it's different than anything else out there, which just relates back to the gut health. So that would be your cold message if it's for someone that you just know would really, you know, benefit from the products or whatever. And again, if this is someone, you know, your dream teamers are on your chicken list, you want to go into why they would be perfect for the business. And you just kind of go over the things that I already mentioned. And you guys can say anything that you think would capture their attention. There's so many things about this company that we can say. You know, we're a ground floor opportunity. We're backed by Morgan Stanley. You know, we're on track to be $1 billion company. There's so many things that we can say about Plexus. It's going to get people's attention and send that average income chart. And another little tip really quickly that I love, I think Timmy Yancey said it in her cold message video, was she was saying when you have a really long cold message like that, it's really a cool way to wrap it up by clicking send and then leaving a little voice memo after that and just being like, oh my goodness, that was like a novel. I didn't expect that message to be that long. Hopefully your eyes aren't like glazing over, but I'd love to chat with you about this. You know, let me know when there's a time when we can get together. And you just leave it at that. So once you've sent your cold messages, you guys, it's really, really important to pay attention to that person's posts on Facebook. Comment on their posts. You know, Lindsay was talking about when you comment on other people's posts, they're going to see your posts. You don't have to say a word about Plexus. Just comment on their posts. You know, if you see them at church or you see them out and about, go up and say hi. Don't talk about Plexus, but just make that connection. You know, again, we're in the relationship business. And in the meantime, if those people aren't ready to join my team, I kind of make it my mission to just continue to promote. And anytime I promote or my team is having a sale, I follow up with all my cold message people, especially when you promote, because you want to be like, hey, you're still on my mind. I don't know if you saw, but I just promoted again with Plexus, and I would still love to have you on my team. That's the perfect time to reach back out to those people. So anyway, that's all I have. I'm going to pass it over to sweet Brittany. I have known Brittany pretty much forever. She's like my other little sister, and she is so funny and so genuine, and she is a master recruiter at getting people to join her team. So
thank you, Stacey. Amen to everything you just said on every level. So I am talking about recruiting. These are just my top tips that have personally worked for me. Everybody has their own kind of way of doing it, but so to start out, be yourself. So I know this sounds really simple, but just like Stacey said, do whatever is natural for the relationship. You know, I think that is a huge, huge thing. If you started this business recently, you should be calling all your best friends. You know, don't email your best friend. You email your best friend, you call them, you tell them what's going on, you tell them you joined Plexus. Know the relationship you have with that person. So if it's a distant cousin, I want to just send them a cool message because you probably won't ever see them, you know, in the near future. So that's your best way to communicate with them, is just maybe through a cool message, through an email. If it's a new relationship, so Lindsay did an amazing job talking about building relationships. So for me personally, I am a recent stay-at-home mom, and so I have been joining these, you know, neighborhood mom groups, and I am building new relationships right now. I even joined the tennis team. I don't play tennis, but I'm going to learn. And I added them all on Facebook, absolutely. But have I cold messaged them about the business? No, because I want to build my relationship with them first. So they're on my Facebook. They see me post about Plexus. And when the time is right, I'll bring it up. So I think that's huge, and be genuine about it. Okay. Another tip I have is, like Stacey said, follow up. You're going to get no's. That's huge. Okay. Set your mindset to no's. It's not personal. The second I realized that when somebody said no to me, it wasn't a personal attack towards me, or they didn't, you know, didn't agree with what I'm doing, was the second I just got over myself kind of and just moved on to the next person. So just don't take no personally. It's not anything against you. It's just not the right timing probably. And that's why we follow up, because timing is huge in this. For somebody to be ready for the business, to go all in, maybe they just got pregnant and they don't want to work their full-time job, you know, and now they're ready to reach out to you. Tara reached out to Amy, I think, what was it, 18 months before she said yes. So, and that's because we both got pregnant at the same time. We want to put our kids in we didn't want to put our kids in daycare. We want to stay at home. So timing is huge in this. So another thing on recruiting, and I know it sounds really simple, but share in your daily life. So being said, Crystal Bryden is on our team, and she just attended a wedding, and I saw pictures of her drinking the pink drink at a wedding with all of her girlfriends. And I'm like, she's totally recruiting right now. I mean, because she's being intentional with her business. I'm sure she brought tons of pink drink samples, and she's in a wedding, and she's going to pass them out to all the bridesmaids. I mean, that's being intentional. So I know it sounds simple, but if you're going to a baby shower or you're meeting up with girlfriends, have your pink drink, have samples ready, you know, because they're going to ask you what you're drinking. And you should be confident, be like, hello, it's Plexus. Do you want some? You know, type thing. Another one is, this is huge. Like Stacey said, there's no wrong way to cold message, just as long as you're doing it. And this is a big one, is action creates action. So maybe you're feeling stuck, and maybe you're feeling like, I can't get my business going. Well, really evaluate what you're doing. Are you really sending those messages? Are you really intentionally building relationships? Are you getting out there? You know, I think that was big, as I caught myself just scrolling through Facebook all the time, caring what other people were doing. Well, y'all, that's not working your business. Talk to people, get on the phone with your friends. I have a lot of contacts in New York, so I went to college in New York. So for me, it was setting up FaceTime dates. You know, hey girl, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's Manhattan? When can you FaceTime? You know, and doing it that way. So being intentional and getting out there. I'm almost done. Oh, last one is just don't ever prejudge anybody. So never count anybody out. And I always say this because I've done it myself. I'm like thinking to myself, no, I don't think she would ever do this because she's way too cool to do something like, you know, whatever your reason might be. Don't ever count anybody else because you never know what is going on behind the scenes. You never know why they might need Plexus. Maybe they really need the financial opportunity, and you don't know that unless you try. So I think those are all my, last one about the natural way of reaching out. So ours is Facebook. That's my generation. I feel like a lot of our generation is on Facebook, okay? That's where, Tara, you've recruited 99% of your audience is on Facebook. So what I have been learning recently is a lot of people are on Instagram and Snapchat. So, I mean, what am I doing? I'm like, hello, Brittany, get with it. So things evolve, like we say, always, everybody's evolving, technology is evolving. So if your audience isn't responding on Facebook, get on Instagram, get on Snapchat, figure out where your audience is and recruit them that way. I have tons of friends that I out are on Snapchat all the time. So what am I doing now? I'm on Snapchat. Never done it. I'm figuring it out, but you know, go where your audience is. So that's it. Oh, okay. My intro to David.
Okay. You were supposed to say something nice about him?
Oh my God. Okay.
Is it that hard?
Yes. Okay. Okay, that was actually my intro, by the way. This is David. I'm going to pass it over to David, our diamond ambassador that is a male, which is awesome. And he is a straight shooter, and he is going to be talking about distractions and how you should overcome those. And I feel that's perfect for David because he's such a straight shooter. So, sorry, David.
Thank you. You did great. So, distractions. Like, this distraction, it's such a wide topic, so we can't cover everything. But there's some, let's say you're working your business really hard and you think you're doing everything right and you're still not where you want to be. I guarantee there's distractions in your life that you're letting take over your business. Winston Churchill, he used to say in college, I read this, you'll never reach your destination if you stop to throw stones at every barking dog. And what does that mean? Like, your destination is your goal, you know? And if you're stopping along the way at all these menial little things, you're never going to reach your goal. The biggest distraction I see in this business is looking left and right. You look at sidelines, you look at, you know, the girl of the week that's on Lear's board, that's doing amazing, that's, you know, she hit diamond, she's re-entered, she's amazing. And what does that mean when I've heard so many girls say, oh, I hate her. What does that mean? That means I wish I was where she is now. You don't begrudge her any happiness or any success. You just wish you were there. How do we combat this? Combat this by turning this into an opportunity to learn. Reach out to her level ones. Reach out to her downline. Reach out to her. Say, hey, can I pick your brain for a minute? I want to know what you're doing that I'm not doing that brings you success, and I want that. Just turn it into an opportunity to learn. Another big thing we see, little issues with your downline. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to be like really unpopular. This is not a sorority, and this is not a fraternity. This is a business. At the end of the day, y'all are all business owners. We're all in this with friends. We're all in this together. But there's a certain time you need to separate your friendship and your business relationship and be able to separate the two and actually have a meaningful conversation about just the business. Like, there's been so many times that this business should bring you closer as friends, not break you apart, you know? Think back throughout the year. You know, if you've been working Plexus this year, how many little arguments have you gotten into with your downline that, if they weren't your friend, you probably would have never gotten in an argument with them? How many little times have you spread a little gossip or received some gossip? It's all distractions. What it's doing, it's keeping you away from keeping your mind on the goal, which is whatever your goal may be. It may be going silver. It may be going gold. It may be, I want to pay for daycare. And if you have these little things on your mind, you're not going to hit your goal. I meant to say, along with the first part, was when you are looking side to side on sideline relationships, you never know their backstory in this. Right now, we have Tara. She's this big success. Like, she's diamond, senior gold. She's amazing. Nobody knew about the time that she was just stuck at senior gold. I think a lot of the people that have been successful that you're jealous of, they've been right where you are, and they know how you feel. The biggest one that we see in Plexus, because it is a health and wellness company, is people with non-belief wanting to combat you about network marketing or our products or anything. I've seen so many people waste so much time trying to prove people wrong. Like, I'm going to make him believe in this, or I'm going to make them understand it the way I do. Don't prove people wrong. Prove with words. Prove them wrong with actions and results. So we could go on and on about distractions, but here's the thing about distractions. Distractions are personal. You have to the first thing to understand distractions is you have to identify the distractions in your life. What may be a distraction to me is not a distraction to you. And what seems like everyday tasks, it may be a distraction to you while it isn't to somebody else. So the first part of, combating distractions is to identify your personal distractions. I'm not really long-winded, so I'm going to introduce my wife. She's Tara. She's the one who started the Slim Gems. She's kind of the mama bear, but she's also my wife, so that's kind of weird. But she's my upline, and she is a diamond senior gold, and she's just amazing at everything she does here. She knows how to uplift anyone. You can be having a bad day, and she'll uplift you. She'll make you feel like a rock star no matter what. She's going to be talking about something that is perfect for her passion. She's probably one of the most passionate people I've ever met. I mean, she can have passion about wrapping a gift. I don't like, she has passion all over, but mindset, belief, and passion. So
awesome, guys. Okay, so I am blown away right now with all of these incredible tips. And it just dawned on me, we need to do more team Zooms. Is everybody cool with like a huge team Zoom, maybe once a month, like getting us all together? And it just like hit me like smack in the face. I was like, why have I not been doing these? See, we learn as we go, right? We don't have to be an expert at this. You don't have to know it all right from the get-go. And you learn as your team grows. Your leadership grows as your team grows. So, all right, I'm getting lots of feedback right now. Team Zooms, Team Zooms. All right, it's on the list. I'll plug it in. We'll figure it out. I am blown away. First, I just have to say thanks to all the Jewels who spoke. I was like vigorously taking notes from you guys. See, we learn from one another. When you guys begin to grow your business, you want to make sure to not feel like you know it all. Just because you're the upline doesn't mean you're the expert, right? There are so many wonderful, talented people in your downline, and honestly, we should be calling it our success line. Down puts it down, right? My downline is not any further below me. You guys are my success line and the reason that I'm here. I love being able to learn from my downline. So be sure to remember to do that on your own teams. So I'm going to talk about mindset, belief, and passion a little bit, and then some tips, and we'll wrap this up, okay? So mindset. Okay, mindset and belief are two very different things, okay? Mindset is the way you're thinking about things. I want you guys to analyze where you are right now. Right now we're in January. beginning fresh start of the year, right? Where is your mind? Are you nervous about this upcoming year? Are you fearful of your business this upcoming year? Oh, I just really hope that I get this rank. Or are you thinking positive? Oh yeah, I'm going to smash my January goals. I'm going to smash that Hawaii goal by July 31st. Where is your mind? Are you constantly thinking negative things or positive things? Guys, when you are focused on your own thoughts, you're probably going to realize just how much negativity is in your own mind. There are so many negative stories that are in our heads, and when we become cognizant of them and are able to replace those records with positive affirmations, which I'm going to talk about briefly, our lives can change, our business can change. So what are you going to commit to? I want everyone to comment right now on this chat or tell your upline, do something, and I want to hear where your mindset is going to be for this year. I want you to hold yourself to it. I want you to hold your team to it. I'm going to have a positive mindset this year, right? A constant positive mindset. The next thing I want to say about mindset is, guys, remember, mindset can either help you or hurt you. Okay? It does the same for your team too. It helps them or hurts them. If you're stuck in your business, I bet it's because of it starts with the mindset that you're at. So if you're stuck, you're probably thinking, oh gosh, no one's responding to me. Oh, who else can I talk to? No one's really wanting to join. My downline's not really doing what I want it to do, which is a blaming issue, right? Lead from the forefront, not from the down. We want to lead from the forefront. But where's your mind? Your team's probably picking up on your mind. They're probably sensing it. So mindset can help or hurt you. I've got to have that positive mindset. Belief is different than mindset. Belief is knowing something as true, okay? Mindset's thinking positive or negative. Belief is knowing something that's true, okay? When I started this business, at first I just wanted it for the health and wellness products, and I actually said, no, I'm not doing this business. But then it became very evident to me that the business found me, and once I started looking at those income disclosure charts, you better believe I was motivated by that. And when I realized how the business works after reading the compensation plan, y'all, a fire was under me, and I knew without a doubt one day I'd be diamond. I believed it. I believed it to be true. I knew that there were things that I'd need to learn. I knew that there were obstacles that I'd need to overcome. I knew I had a lot of hard work ahead of me, but I believed it to be true. I believed that my business would boom. I believed that I would attract business builders. I believed that I was a diamond ambassador at heart. I believed that I would find wonderful people to bring onto this team. I believed it. I believed it so heavily that it was palpable. I could touch that belief. And more so, my audience could feel my belief. Does your Plexus audience, does your team, right? Your Plexus audience is your team. Does your team and does your non-Plexus audience know how much you believe in this opportunity? Do they know just how insanely passionate and belief-driven you are? When they do, that will attract them to you. People are attracted to passion. Maybe they'll be attracted to what you're doing and join you, but they might just be attracted to your passion and want to know more, or support you, which we could all use more support, but be passionate. Make sure your audience knows without a doubt how much you believe in yourself, these products, and this company. Guys, I will say something that's a little bit kind of in your face, but I want you guys to work on this. If you don't believe that this is going to happen for you, then it won't. Simple as that, guys. If you're struggling with self-belief, start there. Start there. There are so many wonderful tips. If you Google online, guys, just Google how to increase my self-belief. If you don't have self-belief, then your actions will follow that lack of belief, right? When we believe something is true, we're more apt to act on it. So if you're not even believing that you can do this, then you're less apt to do those income-producing activities that we've discussed. Makes sense? So belief is where it needs to start. I love that Brittany talked about recruitment. So recruitment is so important in this. Guys, a goal that you guys should have is going silver every single month, meaning welcoming 3 new level ones. That builds longevity in your business. It keeps you leading from the forefront of your team, and it proves to your team that you're not demanding more of them than you are of yourself. That's a pretty big deal, okay? That's going to keep you in momentum. Recruitment is so, so important. So while going silver every month might be hard, that should be your goal every single month. Recruitment is so important. If your team is stuck right now, ask yourself, when was the last time I sponsored a business builder? Not just a wholesale ambassador, guys. When was the last time I sponsored a business builder? Oftentimes I get the question of, how do I find business builders? All I get are wholesale ambassadors. My question to you is, what are you talking about most? Are you talking about the products all the time? Or are you talking about that business? Right? If all you talk about are the products, all you're going to attract are customers and wholesale ambassadors, which are great. We love our customers. We love our wholesale ambassadors, but that's not going to get you where you want to be. You've got to be talking about that business, right? So recruit those business builders and help your level ones go silver. So you going silver every month and getting as many of your level ones silver every month, that is the magic key that unlocks momentum. I promise you. Getting to silver, helping your level ones to silver, and getting yourself to silver. The other thing I want to talk about is team culture just a little bit here, guys. I want to challenge each of you. And I want you guys to spend some time on Slim Gems or your team page or wherever and just pour in positivity. Build up people. Shout out your teammates. Say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for my upline. I'm so thankful for this person in my success line who is just fantastic at cold messaging. Guys, when you pour in positivity, it duplicates. It will trickle down into every single one of your individual teams. When it starts from the larger team and it's seen, it's duplicated. That positivity breeds positivity. Take a look at your team culture. Where is it? Is it stagnant? Is it complacent? Is there healthy competition? Or are you just posting motivational posts here and there, slapping it up, not really thinking about it, going, woohoo, we're awesome. Think positively, guys. Woo! Where's that getting you? Right? There needs to be motivational posts, but also posts that have weight behind them. Are you training your team? Are you engaging your team? Are you publicly edifying your team, praising them? Right? So evaluate your team culture, and you'll see that team culture can either paralyze your team or it can propel your team. Okay, so team culture is super important. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to cover real quick just all the little topics that we went through, and because I was writing notes. Relationships. Lindsay, you nailed it. Girl, you nailed it. It was awesome. Relationships are so important in this business. I'm going to reiterate that. Without relationships, you're not going to get very far in this business, because if you don't build upon the non-plexus piece of those relationships, your friends are going to feel like dollar signs. Not good, right? We don't want that. So relationships are so important. If you are feeling like you don't know anybody to talk to, my number one tip would be to say, go and work on your friendship with that person. Go work on your friendships. If you feel like you don't have people to talk to, get more friends. Work on those friendships. Before you even talk about plexus, work on those friendships. Awesome job, Lindsay. Amy discussed time management. She is the queen of time management. She was a full-time teacher of kindergartners, had a toddler. Her husband was working nights, so she was technically acting as if a single mom at night, and built herself to Emerald. That's amazing, guys. If she can do it, you can do it. I made a post recently in Slim Gems about sacrifice. You're going to have to work this business if you want it. Just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to happen, okay? So sometimes I remember when I was working this business, there were times where, I couldn't sit down for dinner without my phone. I'm not recommending doing that every night. No, there needs to be balance. But sometimes I had to sacrifice that and go, you know what? I need to do a team event. I need to do an online party. Or you know what? My level one needs a 3-way chat right now. I'm going to have to jump in and do it. So there was sacrifice there. But time management is so important. If you start analyzing what you're actually filling your day with and how much time you actually waste, write it down, guys. Write it down. Look at it. You'll be shocked. So time management. Awesome job, Amy. Katie, you nailed it on social media. You are so amazing at this. You attract people. I loved how you talked about storytelling. She is exactly right, guys. People do not buy into the products. They buy into you. How do they buy into you? Through stories. What are stories? They have emotional ties to them. How are you getting at people's emotions? Attraction marketing. I encourage you guys to Google that. Attraction marketing is how I run my business. I show how Plexus has changed my life, how it's enhanced my life, how it's enhanced my health. How do I do that? Through stories. I post stories, and I always incorporate Plexus and how it helped me. That's called attraction marketing. What are you attracting in your life? What type of people are you attracting in your life? Think about that. And then think about who you want to attract and alter your approach on social media. I loved everything you said, Katie. Amazing job. Cold messaging. Stacy, you just need to do your own little like Zoom on this and just post it and blast it to everyone. I just was like, love, 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 love. I was just going crazy. You nailed it. You did awesome. I love how you said include the income chart on your cold messaging. I'm going to start doing that. I think that's beautiful. Guys, there's a quote, and it's by Bill Brett. He is a multimillionaire with the network marketing company Amway. And his quote goes something like this. I may get the numbers a little bit mixed up, but you'll get the gist. He was asked, what's the secret to success in network marketing? And he said, there is no secret. I simply showed 1,200 people the plan. 800 people said no, and 300 people said yes. Out of those 300 people, 85 people did anything with it. Out of those 85, 35 tried here and there. And out of those 35, 11 made me a millionaire. Guys, I'm going to say something. This is truly a numbers game. Now, I do not mean that our friends are dollar signs. That's not what I'm talking about. But the only difference in David and I being diamonds versus you guys is I've heard no and been rejected more times than you have. That's the difference. I've talked to more people. I have heard the word no more. So if you're wanting to get to a certain rank or a certain goal, double the number of people that you need, or even triple the number of people that you need by reaching out to them. So if you need 2 more people for a rank, I would be reaching out to 6, right? Or possibly even 10. You're going to get probably a 20% return rate on cold messages of a reply at all. And maybe of that 20%, 5 to 10 are going to take you up on it. Okay, so think of that and don't be discouraged or hurt by rejection. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting the idea at the time, probably because, one, timing, like Brittany said, or they just don't know enough yet, right? They're not saying no to you. They're just saying no to the opportunity at this time. When I first got started, I went through my friends list and I cold messaged every single person on my friends list. And then I got in trouble with Facebook because they were like, this is not used for this purpose. And I was like, oh no, I didn't know that. But I was so eager. So I reached out to every single person almost on my friends list. And that's how I began gaining relationships and conversations and leads and follow-up schedules with my business. I took several hours to do this. I tweaked every single one to make them different for every single person. And it just dawned on me the other day. I made a video on this about getting your mind right for 2017. I realized I hadn't been reaching back out to those people that I hadn't touched base the first time 3 years ago when I started. And so I went through and I made a list of everyone that I need to reach back out to start a new cold message. And there are so many people. You think you've reached everyone. I promise you, you haven't. So go back to that. Think of the qualities you want in someone on your team. Yes, you want them to be influential, have a lot of friends on Facebook, but you want them to be caring, trustworthy, driven, positive, right? Oftentimes people with very small amounts of friends on Facebook but really high trustworthy and credibility factors do the best in this business. Danielle Pulley, I think, had 300 Facebook friends when she started, and she went Sapphire in 9 months. Tamara Holloway, who's a Diamond ambassador, she only had, I think, 300 friends on Facebook, and she went Diamond, I believe, in 12 months. So it's not just about the number of Facebook friends. It's their qualities, their traits of who they are as a person. So think of that. Brittany, recruitment, you are the recruitment queen. You did amazing. You always seem to have this idea in your head that when you talk to somebody, they're eventually going to join your team. I can see it in you. I can feel it in you. I see it how you're engaging. And I think that's one of your strongest traits of why you're so great at recruiting is you already know that eventually when the timing is right and when they're ready, because you're going to do your part in following up, they're going to join this amazing opportunity. So having that mindset here when you're talking to people, I think is really important. Celeste Gwynn is our double diamond in the company, the top ambassador in the company. And she told her sponsor no 11 different times, guys. 11 different times. But Jen Hawkins, her close friend and her sponsor, kept circling back. So don't take no or not right now as a never. right? Timing is huge. Danielle Pulley actually told me no several times, and then finally it was the right timing for her. And distractions, David, that's exactly right. You know, we're gonna be faced with fears and rejections and things that pull our attention away from income-producing activities. Your own excuses can be distractions. So once you're able to identify them, like David said, that's when you're able to break through them. Right? Identify first and break through. Guys, we are going to kill 2017. I can feel it. The energy is palpable. The excitement is palpable on this team. You guys are a part of a team that supports each other no matter what relationship we are to one another. You cannot even be on the same team, but we are here to love and support and motivate one another. Guys, if we could just break from our own mind's prison of what we think we deserve or what we think we're going to get this year, the sky is limitless. Guys, I encourage every single one of you to find the passion deep within you. Find why. Why are you wanting this? Why do you need this? And let that be a driving force the entire year. I'm not saying let it be a driving force for just January and February and then it trickle down as the year goes by and you get busier and busier. No, I'm saying remind yourself of this why. Find your deep heart passion. Find the reason that you are here in the first place, and then help your team do the same. Right? We are a team that's going places. I can sense so many more jewels happening on this team this upcoming year. I can sense so many new rubies happening on this team this year. We are at a momentous spot on this team. And I'm so blessed and thankful to know every single one of you and know that this is our year. I want you to feel it. I want you to know it. I want you to say it. I want you to write it on your mirror. I want you to believe it. This is your year, and I can't wait to see it unfold. I love each of you guys, and we'll see you later.